Now then, I reckon you've earned the right to teach an apprentice the importance of bamboo without damaging and without any fuss, in the most solemn way you can, so that they realise the importance of this. Will you lead an apprentice into this plantation and teach them how to plant and how to care about it? I'm going to read out this contract, and you'd better teach the apprentice what it means, because if they're going to sign it as well, they'd better understand it fully. Now it says, "We, the undersigned, being members of the Sanctuary Trust Estate, agree and promise to support one another in the common enterprise." I'm sorry, but I think this is important, and it's been asked twice, so I think we have to deal with it now.
What happens if another job comes up, say in the paper or something like that, and he wants to leave sanctuary, whether he can or not?
It depends on how devoted they've been to it. If they've done their fair share of work, then it's fair enough that they should have a rest from it. But if they've just been lazy, we should make them do their work first, make sure they catch up. Say if my apprentice becomes really lazy and doesn't do anything he's told, are we given the right to chuck them out or anything?
I thought that we all joined Sanctuary to be able to stick together and self-support ourselves.
So this is
Only to sign for wanting to work well. We promise work of the highest endeavour.
No, see, we've got to make that on the different side on that side. See it? Because we were made 2 rooms on each device.
Could you play? Well, what time do you think you'll be able to bring them in? Half past 1?
Yeah.
Or any earlier? Any earlier?
Yes, the tap is quite useful.
Yes.
That saves buckets.
Well, that would keep
But,
them.
you know, they're not always sensible to go in there. I mean, they are very wise animals, but they're not always sensible. So you've got to look at, is there a draft? You've got to get them out of drafts. That's my understanding.
Yes.
So whether you want something on the floor or not on the floor, I'd have thought it's to do with
We'll have
drafts.
to specially survey the land to make sure that it's out of a prevailing wind.
Did you sign for your tools?
Do we have to?
That's what they're there for. If you can see, we only have a limited number. Could you please sign so that we know where they are? So that if they're missing at the end of the day, then we know who we should go to. So if you wouldn't mind signing. And do you need something to sign with?
There's your pin back.
Thank you very much. Now, what time? 10:30 a.m. Rachel, would you sign please that you received a replacement?
Do I just write my name?
Yes, please.
I've got the supplies now. Oh, here we are. It's a kind of it's, you know what they said here?
Yeah?
It's a kind of a stock that you sort of feed them. It's sort of like hay. Hay. I thought we should get on to Farmer's Alderson. Would you do that for me?
What?
Alderson, Mangle.
Mangle.
Yeah, and the self-driver. You're going to do it now. This guy's here. We're doing it now. But we need one hygiene apartment system to... we've got them in squares, and we've got to put them, I think, what way shall we put them? That way or that way? That way. Right. Don't forget to leave cars, so we can walk around to
John, take the phone in your own office, would you? Well, do one call and then mark it out of order and be quite sure that everybody understands it is not to be used anymore. If they need a phone, tell them to walk down to the village and put tuppence in.
Do you want me to write down the order there? All of this, or just those at the bottom? Just you. Ordered. Who is it ordered by, please, Keith? Which is your office? Oh. Piggery. By Piggery? Yeah. Ordered by cow, pasture. 7 cows. Have you any idea of the costing of this? 1, 4. Hello, Kevin. I just need to know something about the costing, please.
Costing, right. 7 cows. That costs $50 for 7 cows?
$50.
Yes.
7 cows.
And 1 bull costs $30.
50 and 30. Thank you. You're running up quite a bill, you know.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
It's worth it. You'll need it for breeding. Would you please sign there, Kevin? Or is Keith going to sign?
You sign.
You sign this time, Keith. Thank you. That way we all know that people are responsible.
I have some news for you for tomorrow. You realise that we were going to get this $1,500 from the convent. Well, the sister in charge of the convent has indicated that she's interested to bring the cheque down herself. She would like to bring it tomorrow. One of the ways in which we could combine your suggestion is to have a sort of exhibition of how we've spent the money so far.
Yes.
And what we've done with it so far. Would you agree?
Yes.
And what's happened to Sanctuary today? And then when she brings the money, she can have a sort of look round. But we will have to think very carefully how best to do the exhibition.
How are we going to do it? We'll go in lines.
Yeah.
Now there's the first line, there's the second line, there's the third line. We'll go backwards, 1 up here, 2 down here and 1 up there. No? And then we go backwards and forward.
And we have been planting tomatoes, and the way we plant tomato is 45 centimeters. 45 centimeters apart from each other. So you guys demonstrate, fellas.
Oh, you're writing a sort of speech.
Lecture.
Yes, the lecture, yes. Now, don't make the mistake of reading a lecture. Decide what it is you want to say and then talk to the lady. These people who read lectures like this, you know.
You better do something.
We got our plantation 1 of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of DNA. We've got our 1 keeping area over here. Storeroom about there. Another 1 keeping area. There's extra things. Extra bump and another one. Yeah, but how are you gonna, you know? Well, we could show her. We could take her out there and show her.
Planting, picking, burning. Burning. That's it. Planting, picking, burning. That's excellent. Why did it come on the post?
No.
Sister Catherine, all the members of the Sanctuary Trust are ready now.
Thank you very much.
I hope you haven't been too cold in there.
No, it's been very pleasant.
They've suggested you sit here and so that you can see them all. And these 2 groups are prepared, whichever you'd like to see first, to explain their part of Sanctuary.
We're in the office in that corner, and we plant chrysanthemums and orchids and other flowers. And to make the soil all soft, we've got to mix 2 buckets of oak leaves and half a bucket of sawdust and half a bucket of sand. And we mix it all up in a great big pot, or sort of like a pot, and then we put them in 6-inch pots.
and we cover just at the very top with peat.
Once we've got the peat in the 6-inch pots, we get the blossoms, the bulbs, sorry, and they're about 4 centimetres, and
Thank you, Sid.
they're about 4 centimetres, and we put a hole just in about 5 centimetres. Leave a little stem, short up the top, put soil on it.
Here, this is Ingrid, Maria, and I'm Peter. We are going to show you a demonstration of how to plant tomatoes. When we plant our tomatoes, they are 45 centimeters apart. Why it's apart? It's because so it won't get tangled with other vines.
Would you like to see a chicken, sister? How old is that one?
It's the old that it's on a very special diet, and probably not very acoustic in what
Is this a special diet for all day-old chicks? Of bread and milk?
See the nails that hammered into the hoop to keep it in place. And these nails aren't ordinary building nails, especially made for horses' hoofs. The horse can't feel this because it's got no feeling in its hoof and it's like our nails.
We have to hold the reins because sometimes when he misses the nail, the horse jumps back if it.
Oh, so sometimes there is some pain for the horse by accident. I see, so...
Well, at the beginning of the week, we had to buy all of some sheep, which costed $50. We bought 50 sheep. And we bought posts and wire to put up fences. And at the end of it, oh yes, the wire, we got a $25, we got them off $25 cheaper because half of them were offcuts from other farmers.
I've come to tell you about shearing sheep, and the season for shearing sheep is December and January, because that's when the wool comes out the finest, and you know, much more wool. And when you shear the sheep, it sits there sort of nice and calm. And over here, I have 2 of the shears. This one,
These are just mock-ups, you
Yes,
realise,
I realise
sister?
this. Yes, they
You're just using them to
this
demonstrate.
blade is for shearing sheep that haven't got such strong wool.
Yes.
And this one is a tougher blade, which you could use for lambs that have really got tough wool, and so that it will cut fine.
I see that
How long
you...
does it take you?
Well, it doesn't. Well, I'm not a professional yet, but
No.
it takes professionals, say, about 2 minutes or something like that to shear one sheep. And you've got to shear the sheep so that when you shear it, the whole coat's got to come off in one piece. And if it doesn't, the wool's ruined. It's no good for selling.
It's very irresponsible.
Lot of care.
It'll take about 10 minutes for me to shear one sheep.
Yes, but you do get it off in one piece.
Yes. And under here, under the joint of the legs, it has a nerve, and when you push it, the arm comes out straight for you to shear the wool off.
And my job is to look after the sheep and give them a lot of food, grasses, and water. And by the way, I tell how old they are by looking at their teeth and counting how many they are. If they're over 3 years old, well, they go into this sort of place where they keep all the old ones and keep all the young ones. Yeah, and I have to make sure that they get a lot of food every morning so they can be still alive and they can eat a lot.
And first I'd like to tell you about what how we spent some money. First thing we bought is not only for us but for people like the tomato house needs cement. We have cement. The total cost of cement was $36.
So that you consulted with the people who were involved with the tomato house to find out what their needs were.
And these are vines we planted, all in rows of 10, all the way. And
These are the black grapes.
and also we will do a demonstration of how we keep our vines.
It might be possible to give this vine a special name, seeing as Sister planted it. What do you think?
God's plant.
God's plant.
Official vine.
Official vine.
Katharina.
Catherine. Any other suggestions?
Convent vine.
Convent vine.
Sister Brown plant.
Our Sister Brown plant.
Remembrance vine.
Remembrance vine.
Take a vote on that.
We should take a vote, you think? Are there any other suggestions before we do?
I reckon Sister Brown should choose a name.
You think Sister Brown should choose the name?
I reckon, again, that God's vine would be good because we could say when the people come to visit, well, this is God's vine and one of his guardians planted it. Yeah.
This is God's vine and one of his guardians planted it.
I like remembrance one because when people come round you can say, there's a plant that I remember most when Sister Catherine Brown planted it.
Could I have a minute or so, do you think?
Well, of course.
It's not a
Yes,
decision I
yes.
can come to straight away.
No. Well, whilst you think, Sister, may I show them the envelope that you brought?
Certainly.
Thank you. This is the cheque. She has brought us the money. I hope she chooses soon, don't you? You think God's plant? We're all getting very anxious. Aren't we?
I don't think I've ever come to a harder decision. But words say things to people. They do to me. And then I thought what someone said. That when you look at the plant, you will remember things for yourself about that day and about Sanctuary. And I've decided that remembrance, it was one word that people could remember, and it would say something very personal to them.
Thank you very much, Sister.
And this is for Sanctuary.
And this is to help Sanctuary develop and grow.